Welcome to the Ask Mario Show, where we talk about your life, we talk about your love, and we talk about your relationships. And now, here's your host, Mario Rivers.
Hey folks, welcome to the Ask Mario Show. I'm your host, Mario Rivers. I'm so glad you joined me today. Today we're going to answer a question from Tia. Here's Tia's question. If your partner won't let you keep their phone, does that mean they're hiding something? Ladies, come on with this stuff, man. Y'all always think we hiding something. Now, there will be cases where men have something to hide. And here's the deal with that. Y'all remember that meme with the dude forgot his phone at his girl's house and he turned around driving 90 miles an hour? Everybody's protective of their phones these days. Doesn't mean they're hiding anything. Don't go off assumptions first. If you have an issue with something, ask. So, T, I'm going to cover about 6 or 7 points about the question that you asked. So the first point out of the 6 that I'm going to cover is trust and insecurity. I think that if you need to look at his phone, that means you don't trust him. Maybe you're insecure about something he did. He could have possibly caused you to be that way. Maybe he lied. Maybe he cheated. And that's the reason why you're looking at his phone. Doesn't mean he's hiding anything. Some of you are conditioned by the results that you've had in the past. So if you had a liar, if you had a cheater, then you'll automatically be in this mode, like you got to be a detective. Stop doing that. Don't do that. There's no trust. There's no relationship, period. Here's the second point, and it's a question. What made you want to check the phone? So you need to ask yourself this question. The reason why you wanted to check the phone is important here, because if you check the phone because you think he was hiding something because he's dishonest or because he showed you something, that's different than if you just have a gut feeling that that's the case. If you have a good feeling, you need to ask and have a conversation about it. And that's part of the third point. If you have a problem with something, ask. Have a conversation. Now, this tip is going to be a bit controversial, but it's the truth, and a lot of people won't tell you this. That's why I'm always going to keep it real with you. If you're not married, you're single. What does this mean? That means he's not obligated to tell you anything. He's not obligated to show you anything. You're not obligated to see his phone just because you guys are together. And I'm going to give a little bit of clarity on that. Here's the only exception to that rule. 2 things. 1, if you've been together 2 to 3 years or over. If it's before that, you haven't earned that entitlement yet to be able to ask to see his phone, who's calling, who's texting, whose Facebook, post he likes. So what? You can't ask that. You have to get some skin in the game before you can ask those type of things. And 2, if you're engaged to be married. If you're engaged to be married, that means you guys have had a discussion about you taking it to the next level. So then you should have access to that. Now I'm going to tell you about somebody that I was counseling. They hit me up in my inbox and they said, hey, what do you think about this situation? The young lady was in a relationship for 2 years with this guy. 2 years. It was a friends with benefits situation. They talked about it at the beginning, and they both thought that they could get something out of that type of arrangement. The problem was the woman started getting in her feelings a little bit, and a little time went down the line, and she thought she should be able to ask things like, because it was 2 years. Can I see your phone? And if he'd say no, she'd get mad. He started just calling her to get sex, and she was upset. And when she asked me about it, she was surprised when I said, no, it's not his fault. He's holding up his end of the bargain. And it's not about anybody's fault, but she forgot the original arrangement that they had, that it was a friends with benefits situation. You're not entitled. If you haven't sat down and had a talk about being monogamous and being in a relationship, you're not together, no matter what you think. You have to have a verbal commitment from a guy. He has to sit you down and tell you this stuff. Otherwise, he's going to go with emotions. He's going to do what you allow him to do. That's the way it is. Tia, I hope I have answered your question. If I hadn't, you guys, just leave me a question at Ask Mario. You can use the hashtag Ask Mario Show on Twitter or on Facebook. And remember to build your foundation the right way so you can get the life and the relationship that you deserve. Now, those of you who have been with me for a while, you guys know what time it is. It's time for today's words of empowerment. If this is your first time joining me, thanks for joining me. And the words of empowerment is just a section where I give you some type of encouragement to help you continue on your journey, whether that be in relationships or in life or with achievements. So here's today's words of empowerment. We are all results of our experiences. but we can make different choices to create different experiences. And 90% of where we are is how we react. Hashtag make a choice. 90% of where we are is how we react to things that happen to us in life. So, going through a divorce, been lied to, been manipulated, been cheated on, welcome to the club. We all have. But the most important thing is how you react to that. I hope that I have served you well today. Now, earlier in this video, I mentioned the link to an article I wrote titled, "If You're Not Married, You're Single." There's going to be a link to that down in the description area below this video, so make sure you go check that out. A lot of these things that we talk about is based off my book, The Truth, The Blueprint to Relationships. Make sure you go and check that out. That link will be in the description too. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate, I know time is valuable. I'm so honored that you have taken time to spend that with me. I don't take it for granted. So thanks for joining me. Join me next week. Okay? Subscribe to the channel, guys. Thanks for joining me. Peace, blessings, and prosperity to you.
Thanks for watching. To get your questions answered, go to mariorivers.com/Ask Mario. If you like this show, please comment below and let us know. Share this on your social media and subscribe to the Relationship Resolutions podcast on iTunes by going to mariorivers.com/subscribe so you don't miss any podcast episodes. We hope you've enjoyed today's show, and please subscribe to our channel.